What's good, y'all? It's your boy Phantoms. As you can see, hopefully the video quality is a little bit better, the audio quality is a little bit better. I'm working on my setup. I got my focus right, but I can't find my mic. So yeah, there's that. But hopefully, I've been shopping around. I've been looking at the Yeti mic. I've been thinking about getting that because like I use it for recording like music and other stuff down the road and stuff. So I'm probably gonna end up getting that. I'm also thinking about documenting like a journey of me fixing my Corvette. I have a 1998 Tour Corvette. It needs some work done on it, like the oil pan and the head gaskets. So yeah, I mean, that says enough right there. So I'm thinking about documenting that. I'm thinking about getting the oil pan the upcoming week here, and then later on taking it to my boy, I think his name's Aubrey or something like that, that I got connected with my dude Reg, who also has a Corvette. Thinking about doing content with him too, talking about linking up, making some meets and stuff on that side too. A lot of stuff is cooking up. A lot of stuff is cooking up, but that's besides the point right now. I just saw this video by Fantano, if you know him, and he is like a really whether you like a love or hate kind of music critic. And he made a reaction to the Weeknd and Playboi Carti song "Timeless." And when I saw the headline, he said it was mid, and that just resonated with me. I'm sorry, I think the track's a little mid too. So we go see what he got to say about it, and I'm gonna document what I gotta say in reaction. What to whoop. Um, Before we begin, I hope everybody had a great day. My day was cool. I went driving in my Corvette around the Cuyahoga National Park. Um, that was dope. And it was kind of far out, but hey, it was cool. And then I came back and I started editing on Adobe. So I'm learning some tricks. I'm trying to upgrade my shit. Whoop, whoop. I hope you guys enjoy it. But drink water. I hope your day was good too. And let's get to it.
Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. So already before having shot this video, I have multiple times over listened to this brand new collaborative track.
And if you see this album cover, you would never think. Like, it's weird how, I don't know, album covers nowadays are a little weird. Like, they don't really match the song for me. Like, they just try to make something. And this looks a little AI generated too. Um, at certain parts like the eyes, but I digress. Whatever. It just doesn't look like it resonates with the song if you heard the song for me.
Between Abel, aka The Weeknd, and Playboi Carti, a song that has been getting a lot of discussion today because obviously on this track we have two incredibly massive artists, both of whom are presumably it's Playboi Carti, we don't know. Presumably
Playboi Carti, he hasn't dropped it so long. Like, I don't care about him no more. I listened to a whole lot of Red, and I thought that was kind of mid, but then when I came back to it, I thought it was fire actually. Like the production wise, I thought it was pretty great. Um, the lyrics were a little lackluster, but he talked about a lot of things like his brother dying or whatever, and dyeing his hair red the moment he transitioned to doing that, this whole vamp life thing. And then you have The Weeknd who said that he is going to retire, and then he dropped that one single before this. I forget what it's called, and it sounds like the most generic pop shit ever. And it's like, dude, I thought like if you're gonna come back, you were gonna come back with some shit. It just sounds like something that could have been on like Starboy. Like it sounds like a Starboy throwaway. Or it just or like Dawn FM. Like it just sounds like a throwaway. And I think like what we're gonna get is a lot of mid, honestly. I don't know. We'll see. These two songs so far for me are kind of mid.
on the cusp of dropping brand new records. So you would hope, given the respective impact and size of both of these artists, that they would come through on a new song together and they would absolutely smash it. But yeah, I've also heard a snippet of this track in the recent Brazil performance that Abel did of it with Playboi Carti live with him on stage.
You would think they would smash it, but in the same time, like I feel like the two artists who they are and their whole like image and stuff, it's either going to be one of the greatest songs you've heard or one of the middest songs you ever heard, and that's what it was for me. The production carried this song.
The overall vibe in the midst of that performance snippet wasn't too bad. Aesthetically, the track kind of seemed like it was a sensible combination of both of their respective sounds and styles. And now that I've heard the entire thing, I can at least confirm that, because on the track you have in the background this very repetitive synthy instrumental with a pretty basic trap beat. Exactly what you would sort of expect from Playboi Carti formula-wise. But what makes this beat make sense for Abel, though, is that the synth textures are very smooth. The production overall is so spacey and kind of eerie. So it's not super harsh. It's not super rough in the way that a lot of recent popular Playboi Carti tracks have proven to be. Abel's vocals...
They brought both worlds together on the production for sure. Like, they did their thing on there. There's no question about that.
And his overall mood and delivery do tend to come across best in an ocean of atmosphere. And at the very least, this track has that. So yeah, the instrumental is fine. And again, I'll say the aesthetics of the instrumental are fine. It creates an opportunity for overlap between Playboi Carti's and Abel's vocals. Carti, I will note, is giving us a kind of catchy flow on the front end of the track with a lot of inflection switch-ups across his verse. He kind of sounds like 3 to 4 different rappers by the time he's done. But I feel like outside of this, whatever praise I could kind of give this track, it just ends there. I mean, truth be told, there's not really a whole lot to this.
Seriously, like him switching up his flows, the production, the synths, the 808s, like just the hard hitting drums, it's all dope as hell, man. Like everything is just comes together in a melting pot of just oozing out the perfect like type of production that you would get from these two. But I don't feel like they gave to the call. I feel like it was just messy.
Playboi Carti verse outside of, I guess, a cute Die Lit reference, and then one bar where he's comparing himself to The Rock because he's wrestling his demons. Also, considering this is Playboi Carti, opening your verse up saying that Shorty wants to come around, she wants to get hit so hard. Yeah, that's a bold choice. So yeah, I mean, while the verse and the performance is there, I mean, again, I wouldn't say it's stand out.
This is really
generally, or by Playboi Carti's usual standards, I guess. It's just very average. It's passable. It's wallpaper. It's background music. It's basic. There's not really going to be any reason for anyone to remember or recall or quote this verse in a year. Beyond this, we have The Weeknd.
That's what I'm saying. How are you going to be on a song like this and on a production like this and you don't have no memorable, quotable things to say? Like, I just saw the video where Fantano quoted one of the lyrics, ever since I've been the shit, I've been legit or something like that. That's all I remember. It's really nothing memorable. This shit is funny as fuck. Funny guy. But that's all I can really remember. I don't remember nothing else that Playboi Carti did. Like it's for a song that's called Timeless, it sounds like it's really forgettable. It's like the opposite of that.
Of Abel all over the track, who I feel like, honestly, to do this track, he kind of dumbs down his songwriting style and he kind of reverts back to an older version of himself. Like vocally, lyrically, topically, it feels like he's going back to the trilogy era, but without as much of the salacious content that made the music from that time period interesting. He's giving us like a lighter, more watered down version of that with a lot of lyrics.
It's so generic, bro. It's so generic. It's not like I was talking about it with my dude Danny at work. He said the song's so good and whoop de whoop. I told him, man, the song production wise is really great, but like the song is so poppy and mid and they're not saying anything. they're not doing anything. Like they're getting carried like Dora the Explorer with the beat.
Flexes with, a lot of threatening postures.
Like, and I got a priest, he got a cross. Get out of line, send him to God. If I was you, I would cut up my wrists, exo tatted all over her body. Yeah, that's so stupid. Why would you say that? If I was you, I would cut up my wrists. What are you trying to push, bro? What are you saying about that? Why would you even say something like that? That's corny.
Some allusions to a woman who's, so obsessed she's getting EXO tattooed all over her body. Again, the sort of stuff you're familiar with if you've heard anything from the original trilogy era. But Abel doesn't leapfrog any of the bars or any of the vibes.
I get it, but now that's a little cringe for me. Like, what are you talking about with that?
This time period significantly on this track. Nor does he provide a banger chorus on this song either. He just kind of pulls out a few refrains over the same repetitive beat without anything in the way of a significant change emotionally or melodically for that matter. Like, despite the fact that this is going to be one of the most talked about collaborations of the month, it sounds like he's really...
How many songs have you heard that had a feature with Playboi Carti, but when the official song came out, it wasn't his whole verse and wherever he was off of it? We haven't heard anything, at least on this level, in a while. Sorry if you see my light flickering. I think the battery's about to die, so we're going to try to hurry this up. But so when you drop something, you actually do a feature or something, I thought it was going to be like crazy, and it was, yeah. Sorry, I'm just like kind of like everybody's hyping this song up, and it's cool.
He genuinely phoning it in. And I sort of get it. I guess in a way he is putting in just about as much effort as Playboi Carti typically puts into his tracks, and maybe going the extra mile would have just created a separation between him and Carti on the track, creatively speaking. But still, overall, at the end of the day, like, a lack of effort on a track is a lack of effort. Now, I don't know, between Dancing in the Flames sounding as basic and as plain as it did,
that's the song,
and now this track just completely lacking wit, energy, ambition, anything. I'm getting less and less excited to hear what Abel has coming up next in this new era of his career. And what's unfortunate is I have a feeling like the audience, for the most part, is going to be fine with this, and they're not going to expect or demand more from it. The fact that it does the bare minimum in delivering a palatable vibe will be enough to get us to the next song, the next single, the next whatever that we're just going to listen to for 15 minutes before we pass on to the next thing. Yeah, because it does at least that, nobody's going to talk about how truly mediocre this track is, and that's what it is. It's mediocre as hell. I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this track if you've given it a listen? Because
that's pretty much it. I think the song is mid. I think the song isn't that great. It's good enough, I guess, but it's not bringing anything new to the table that I thought that he was going to do, especially considering that he said that he was going to retire. And then you come out with mid, like you come out with the most generic shit that you can ever make. And it's like, okay, if I guess his perspective, in my eyes, it's like at this point, I'm not looking to make the most artistic album. I feel like I've done that already, quote unquote. He's just going to see, I'm going to make the biggest pop album ever. It's going to be charting for weeks. It's going to be groundbreaking and pop. Like, it's, I'm not really looking out for it. I'll be real for you. I'll be real with you. I'm not really looking out for it, but I will check it out if I come across it, listen to a little bit of it. But if it's more of this, I'm cool on it. I'm cool. There's so many other artists out here that are doing so much more, bringing different sounds, bringing different textures and stuff. It's always going to be like that. I know music is really, really saturated, but if you dig deep enough, you'll find those artists. Like, that might be another thing I might do. Just like introduce you guys to like the top 5 artists of like the week or whoever I'm listening to, because there's so many other artists here, like locally in my city and beyond, that are just this just ain't it for me, man. It was mid. And for them to be so big how they are, it's just mid. It's just a bunch of fucking mid, man. Do better. Michelle Obama said, do better. But anyway, I hope you guys drink water. Hope you enjoyed this little thing here. You enjoy the rest of your day. I'm about to go get some sleep. I got work tomorrow morning. Ugh. Always focus, never falter. Peace.